is a shame, and it's a disappointing outcome, just because we know the impact it has on many landlords and ultimately what it can do to rents and what it can do to tenants. So yeah, disappointing that the guys have not had a chance to sort of progress that. But I think it's just really important now that we focus on awareness, making sure that the landlord community out there really does understand the cash flow implications of the tax relief changes, are planning for them, and are making the adjustments that they need to make sure they manage that position. And I guess also, we have had a change of government, since the summer. We got a lot of different people in the policy teams, in housing, and so I guess with the autumn statement coming up, we'd be interested to see whether there may be a slight different tack possibly taken from government and its approach, maybe slightly more supportive of the private rented sector. I don't know. So I guess we can see whether there might be a slight different change in tone maybe from the government. Now it's a new government.
It's a setback, I can see that, but then anything worth trying for, you have to push on. Really, there's I can see that the definitely there's a sense of feeling that it's an unjust decision with the review. However, it's just a step to be overcome, I believe.
But obviously, very disappointed, Vanessa. A lot of people have put a huge amount of time, effort and energy, Chris Cooper and Steve Bolton and his team, and the 118 guys, lots of people. I know you've been very involved, Lisa. A lot of people have been really proactive in trying to get this moving, get this to where it's got to yesterday. So obviously very, very disappointed. For the whole landlord community, absolutely, yeah.
It is, of course, very disappointing. I must be honest, we are not wildly expecting it to get through, to be honest. It was a very difficult case. Cherie Blair did her best, but unfortunately it happened. We've now got to focus more on the lobbying, and we've been working hard with various stakeholders behind the scenes over the last few months to try and force the government's hand to change their minds, because this isn't going to hurt the people that they're trying to get it to hurt, landlords. This is going to end up hurting the very people they're trying to help, which is the tenants.
In terms of the community, in terms of the landlord coalition, which is effectively what Steve and Chris and 118 etc. have created, and your group as well. Clearly, I think this is the first step. The fact that a whole group of landlords and associated bodies, the NLA, the RLA, a couple of big heavyweight agents, I think Belvoir have come in and supported, means that a whole group of people have come together for a common aim, and because obviously there's common interest. And yeah, I think this should not be taken lying down. I think what's been done so far is just the first stage of a campaign to create much wider awareness about what is going to be the implications of this. And I think the Axe the Tenant Tax campaign, the fact that 600 people came together at the summit earlier this year indicates the strength of feeling. Of course, we would like to see more support, but it raised 180 grand, and it shows the depth of feeling, but more specifically, it's the implications about going forward and how it's going to affect the tenants, basically.
One of the main things really is I know it's a hackneyed phrase, go and speak to your MP about it. Unless people know the results of their actions, it's a cause and effect thing. Unless people know the results of their actions, they're not going to really do anything about it. Speak to your MP, speak to other landlords as well, because I can see there's a lot of landlords out there that know other people and own property as both accidental landlords and professional investors as well. And really, I think it's build the awareness, certainly, and tell people what's going to happen, because unfortunately it's a big rock. It's going to come and hit all of us on the head in a couple of years' time.